वसुदेवसुदं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Man who can't sit with himself misses one of the major dimensions of his being. Continuously running, thinking that there is some purpose. Your whole being is conditioned for tension, conditioned for running. Ego means thinking that there is some purpose in the life. Ego is nothing but social conditioning which gives you the idea there is some purpose in life. Life has no purpose. Even if you achieve whatever you want, you can't take it with you. You can't take it with you. You can't carry even a single dollar. Nothing will come with you. There is no exchange offer. Please be very clear. If you give 45 rupees in India, you will have $1 here. But how much money you give here, you can't have a single rupee in heaven. No exchange counter. No exchange offer. Please be very clear. No exchange offer. Again a small story. In some remote village, one guy was living. He told his 3 sons, he gave the property share to his 3 sons and told them, each one of you should put 1 lakh rupee in my coffin when I die. Please put 1 lakh rupee into my body, and bury me. All these 3 guys, they agree, yes, we will do, father. One is accountant, another one is doctor, third one is lawyer. First guy comes after death, he says, I should be honest. Father has given me so much of property, I must be honest. He puts 1 lakh rupee. The second guy comes, he says, I also should be honest. Let me put my share. He puts his share, 1 lakh rupee. Third guy comes, he just puts 3 lakh rupee check and takes this 2 lakh rupee and says, let him encash this check there and spend. You can't carry anything. No check will be useful. Your money will not be useful. Nothing can be carried. As and now, this whole world looks in a 4 dimension. The moment you leave the body, the whole thing will become black and white. For example, as and now, the dream which you dreamt yesterday night, the dream looks like black and white, and this is real world. When you are dreaming, the dream looks like reality, and this has become black and white. Please be very clear. When you are dreaming, dream looks like reality, and this is black and white. When you are here, this looks like reality, and dream is black and white. But there is no scale to measure which is reality and which is dream. A small story. A great Zen master, enlightened master, one day early morning, he comes out of his bed and suddenly he starts weeping, crying. His disciples are asking, what master? You are an enlightened man. How can you weep? Why are you weeping? What happened? He says, yesterday night I dreamt that I have become butterfly. Disciples are laughing. What is there? It's after all dream. Why are you weeping for that? It's after all a dream. Why do you bother? Forget about it. He says, no, now I have a big problem. Whether I dreamt that I have become butterfly, or that butterfly is dreaming that it has become a Zen master now. I don't know whether I dreamt that I have become butterfly, or that butterfly is dreaming now it has become Zen master. I don't know the truth. Please be very clear, there is no scale. There is no scale to prove whether Sapnavastha is Satya or Jakratavastha is Satya. Whether the dream is reality or what you think as reality is reality. You don't know. We don't know. Now, as and now, the whole thing looks like a 4D, 4 dimension. Now the 3D, no more 3D movies, 4D movies. The Universal Studio, they took me there. I went there, that Shrek 4D, that Shrek movie they showed. At the time of some scenes, not only you wear with specs, if you see it's a 3D, they rock your chair also. And they sprinkle the water. And you really feel that it is happening around you. You really feel you are given the experience. That's what is the 4D. And now, as and now, when you are here, it looks as if it is a 4D. Dream looks like a black and white. But when you enter into the dream, this becomes black and white and that looks like 4D. Please be very clear, we don't know which is true, which is reality. You may be dreaming that you are sitting in a temple and listening to the Gita. We don't know. There is no scale with which we can measure and say it is dream or it is reality. People ask me, no, Swamiji, every day when we enter into the dream, we are not entering into the same dream. But every day when we come to the reality, we are coming back to the same reality. So with this scale we can say this is reality and that is dream. Please be very clear. In one night dream, you live even 20-year life. Am I right? In one night dream, don't you live the 20-year life? In the 20-year span, completely the 20 year is consistent. You are having the same dream. Be very clear, this whole life, this whole time which you think may be a part of one dream. This whole span which you are thinking can be part of one dream. So be very clear, there is no scale to prove which is reality and which is dream. When you leave the body, whatever you see, the whole thing will become black and white. And nothing can be carried. You can't take anything with you. You can't sign your check. You can't talk to your relatives. If you speak, they will run away. Of course, now also people run away when you speak, that is different. That time literally they will run away. Literally they will escape. And your car will not be useful anymore. When you are not able to take anything with you, what is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of life? The moment you understand life is purposeless, the moment you accept the beauty of purposelessness, you will realize the meaning of living. Life has no purpose, but it has meaning. Purpose is different, meaning is different. Purpose means the goal orientation. You always think about the goal. Running. Suddenly one day you just drop dead. The more you are goal oriented, more you will miss the life. Purpose is different and meaning is different. When I say the word meaning, living itself is a meaning. Come to this moment. Path itself is a life. Path itself is a meaningful thing. There is no such thing. In the end, you will be happy. You always postpone the joy. You always postpone the bliss. You always postpone living. Life is lived in a very superficial way because you think life has got purpose. Be very clear. Man who works just for salary, just for money, for him only the payment day will be beautiful day. He will be happy only on that one day. He is selling his 29 days for that one day. He is selling his 29 days just for the one day happiness. You are selling your life just for one day happiness. Please be very clear. Man who is running behind some goal will never be able to live the life happily. If you are working just for salary, you will never be able to experience the meaning of living. You will be able to run behind the purpose. I don't say don't take the salary, but let it not be the only goal. Let it not play major role in your consciousness. That is what Krishna says. That is what Krishna means. Karmanye vadigaraste mabaleshu kadachanaha. You can do only your duty. You have no right for fruits. If you think of fruit, you will lose the joy of living. You will lose the joy of living. The meaning of the living is experienced only when you understand the beauty of purposelessness. The beauty of purposelessness makes you realize the meaning of living. Beautiful sloka. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma baleshu kadachanaha ma karma bala hedurbur made sangostva karmani. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities and never be attached to not doing your duty. Two things we need to understand. One, he says, let your inner space be not contaminated by the purpose of life. Please understand, if your inner space is filled, when I say inner space, I mean your inner mind. Your mind. When you close your eyes, what comes in your mind is inner space. If your inner space is filled with the purposes of life, be very clear, you are running behind something which will never give you fulfillment. Which will never give you fulfillment. He says, let your inner space be not disturbed, filled with purposes. One important thing you should understand. By nature, your inner space is filled with Atman. Your inner space is filled with bliss, eternal bliss. The more you fill your inner space with other furnitures, purposes, the more you empty your inner space from bliss. For example, this room is filled with space. The more you put furnitures, the space will leave this room. Please understand, this room is not empty. No place is empty. It is filled with space. It is filled with ether. This room is filled with ether. More number of furnitures you bring in, the ether will be taken away. Ether will be moved away. It will be less filled with ether. It will be less filled by air. Your inner space by nature is filled with bliss. The more furnitures you bring in means the purposes of life. The more you think life has got purpose, the more furnitures you will bring and arrange it. The more you furnish your inner space, less it will be blissful. In the outer place, if you furnish your home, it will look very nice. In the inner space, if you furnish your inner space, it will look very ugly. Don't furnish your inner space. Don't bring more furnitures into your inner space. Let your inner space be empty. Of course, it will never be empty, it will be filled with bliss. The more you create inner space, more your life will be blissful. More it will be ecstatic. More it will be joyful. Your inner space needs to be emptied. That is what Krishna means. Don't be attached to the results. Continuously, if you think about the money, you will never be able to perform your action completely. You will be always goal-oriented. You will never enjoy the path. Not enjoying the path is the greatest hell, worst hell which can happen to any human being. Please be very clear. People come and ask me, Swamiji, again and again you speak about dharma. Again and again Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinachaya dushkritam dharma samstavanarthaya sambhavami yuke yuke. I come down to save the innocent good people and to destroy the evil-minded people. Again and again Krishna says, you also say, dharma is the only thing to be practiced. But in our life we see people who are not living according to dharma, they are living more happily. They are having more property. They are having more wealth. How is it? Please be very clear. They may be having more property. They may be having more things in the outer place, but never think they are happy. Never think they are blissful. If somebody is not following dharma, means naturally why is not following the dharma? Ambition. Ambition is the thing which makes you to do all the mistakes, all possible sins. Ambition is hell. Nothing else needs to be done. Please be very clear. Don't think you will do some mistake and go to the hell. No. We do mistakes because we are in hell. The very ambitiousness is hell. There is no need for a separate hell. Don't think we will reach to a separate place called hell in the end of the life. The very ambitiousness is hell. People do mistakes because they are in hell. If you are happy, blissful, you will never disturb others. If we are unhappy, naturally we will vomit that violence on others. Ambitiousness itself is hell. Because the very ambitiousness is enough punishment. You don't need to curse him, or you don't need to think that he should be punished. The very ambitiousness is punishment. Just because of that ambitiousness, he misses the whole life. You can easily miss the life by having a purpose for life. If you have the salary as a purpose, you will miss 29 days of your life just for one day. Just for the one day. If you work just for the sake of weekend, you will miss 5 days just for 2 days. Unless your life itself becomes joyful, unless your working itself becomes ecstasy, unless that itself becomes bliss, you cannot experience what Krishna says by this sloka, karmanye vadigaraste mabaleshu kadachanaha. Please be very clear. Even if you think you have the right for fruits, even if you acquire the fruits, what can you do? How long you think you will be able to carry that? Nothing. Nowhere it can come with you. And your life will not be fulfilled just by the purposes. Purpose can be fulfilled, but by purposes your life can never be fulfilled. In our life, please be very clear, when you carry purposes in your life, you are not living. Purposes are living through you, that's all. Young age, somebody teaches you some purpose. This is the purpose of your life. You should become a lawyer. You should become a doctor. You are given a purpose. That purpose is fulfilled through your life, but you will never feel fulfilled. Never do the mistake of thinking you will be fulfilled when your purpose is fulfilled. No. Your fulfillment is completely different from the fulfillment of purpose. If you want to feel the fulfillment, you have to work separately in a different direction. It's a total different achievement. It's a total different dimension of your life. Fulfilling your purpose cannot give you the fulfillment. If you want fulfillment of your being, listen here what Krishna is saying.